Oh, we are all still here. You enjoying them? I don't know. Right. Has everybody bought a raffle ticket? The raffle tickets are to raise money for John Taylor Hospice, and we'll do them after the second half. So if there's anybody else that wants to get one, you can come and get one now. I think we've done one over. Yeah? Okay, so are we all good to go? Is there anybody missing? Just one. There's always one. There's always one. Okay. Oh, we're back. You're the one. And put that there. Right. So are we sitting comfortably? I'm standing down here now because I think we've done a lot of that top half of the room. Not that the spirit normally pay attention to me, I normally get told what to do, but I'm going to try anyway, okay? Right. I don't know whether any of you are aware. Put your hands up whether you've had a private reading with somebody or a private reading with me. Okay. So, I don't know whether you're aware when you have private readings or whether you go and see a medium. First of all, what I do when I do mine is I ask permission to connect to the loved ones up here to give messages to you, which is what we've been doing. Okay? I don't know whether you know this, but you can do it the other way around. Which means sometimes when people have a private reading, I spend the first 20 minutes giving them information and just telling them to write it down. And the last 10 minutes I say to them, is there anything you want to ask Spirit, your loved ones? And if there's somebody up there that I haven't mentioned, you can tell me their first name, their Christian name, and I'll call them forward. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Spirit do a few more messages like we've been doing already in the same format. And then what I'm going to do is show you how it works when I can actually go up to somebody and give them a message. And the reason I'm saying that is I'm sure you've all heard things like, there's nobody there for you, or nobody's turned up. Have you ever had that? I've had that once, frightened the life out of me because I thought I was going to die. What do you mean I've got no messages? Or when somebody said to me, I'm sorry but I can't read you, and sent me away. Okay, which really upset me. The point that I'm trying to say is, there's always somebody with you. Are you with me? Even if, for those, not everybody will get a message tonight, but the point I'm trying to make is, nobody here this evening is unattended. Everybody's come with somebody. And when we give out messages this evening, it's not my choice. The guides and the angels will have decided what we call greater need. So it means the people down here that have got messages, there might be some personal reason why they needed it more, even if I don't know what that is. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to go with, don't laugh. I tried to go to the ladies like you do in private, okay, but that wasn't working very well because them upstairs had decided that it was a good time to get my attention. So, does anybody understand a Charles or a Charlie? Oh, I thought, what did I say? They're being good now, aren't they, Tony? I did say that to come down this side of the room. So what would you like me to hold? Not your hand. No, thank you. An angel wing, that's what we want. No, the ring. Okay. Is somebody going to write, yeah? There you go, I'll hold it. I'm just going to stand here though, okay, so everybody can see me, so write the notes down. Right, okay, so first of all, Tony, is up there, yeah? Charles is up there, okay, so we can write him down, he's not the only one, okay? So I want to also go with, over your right shoulder, I've got Dad, okay? He's there and his energies are really, really strong. You know, like loving and protective, and he's really nice. But he feels like as well, you know, somebody that would have been pleased and thank you and this and that. I don't know whether he's like that since he's got up there, but he is now. He's been very well behaved with me tonight. Does that make sense? So he might have not been like that with you, but with me he's been really polite. I think because, would you understand, Tony, when he was alive, he probably wouldn't have believed in this. Do you understand? So he's got up there, look at my arm, he's got up there and he's going, it's a bit of a shock, you know, bit of a shock. not quite sure whether I want to do this. But he's, bless him, he's made the effort, but he's just saying to me, I'm not being funny, love, but I don't really believe all of this. So he's sort of telling me, but it's more important that you know that he's here. So he's turned up for that reason, okay? Who's the person up there in spirit that Woody used, and that's really old-fashioned? Snuff. I want to go back to a grandparent. So is he a granddad? Hold on, I'm organising it. I'll get my tissue. There you go, I didn't come prepared. Yeah, snuff. Everybody remember that? Going back a bit, aren't we? Up your nose and brown powdery stuff. Not white powdery stuff. Emma's looking like Okay, so she's there as well. Her energies are very strong. But do you understand Nan being, Tony, really direct? Really, when I say direct, you know when somebody's like really blunt? And she'll be like, well, I'll call a spade if I have to, of course I will. And so if you want any advice, whatever it comes through, she'll be right down the middle like that. She won't dress it up, okay? And she's also talking about who would have made, you know, like the homemade pickled onions, brown skin. Is that Nan? Who's the person up there that did that? I can see her. You need to listen on this table as well, because you're all together, okay? And there's also this stuff where they chop up the cucumber and the onion and they put it in a bowl of vinegar. It's the same type of thing. You need to pay attention, because I don't know, but we're having a bit of a... I nearly said we're having a bit of a seance, and I don't want to say that, but it's all around the table. So, Nan, okay, up there with the snuff, and Dad are the people, Tony, that are watching over you, okay? Dad's telling you off a bit, because he's saying you've not been eating properly, not looking after yourself, not taking care of yourself. Nan's agreeing. And they're saying you're not taking any notice of anybody down there, so they're saying, well, we hope, excuse my French. Sorry, we don't do. I just thought I'd edit that bit. Did you hear that? Beep. Seriously, between the two of them. And you two been trying, taking no bleeding notice. Apparently, that's what Nan and Dad are saying. We listen. They're talking, Nan and Dad. You're not coming up here anytime soon, and if you think you are, we're sending you back. So you might as well try and look after yourself while you're here, because you ain't going nowhere. Okay? And they're showing me, you know, like when people don't want to eat whatever, and you give them, what is it? Like, is it like nutriments and that sort of stuff? You don't want to have that. Dad's going, that's horrible. I don't want you going down that road. Okay? So you need to sort yourselves out, apparently. Sharpish. Okay? Oh, that's it. I'll give you you've been told off. Good and proper. Do they all say off? Oh, right, okay. He's saying, before I move on to all these pickled people. Don't choke on your crisps. Okay. It's only because I love you. And you know, when he was here, I don't think he would have said that, would he? But he's just said to me, it's only because I love her. And he's saying, I never told her I loved her, but I do. He says, so I'm telling you to let her know. That's what it is. It's only because I love you. Okay? Look, I can't make that up. Look, and I'm really hot. All the hair. For all of you, you know when all the hairs on your body stand on end like that? Because that's going crazy at the moment, and I'm really, really hot. And they say, it's when somebody's just walked over my grave. Are you with me? Or you've got goosebumps. Whenever you get that, it means your loved ones are right there. Like in your space, in your aura. And that's why I'm showing Tony, because it's like, whoa. Really, really strong, okay? So they do love you, but you've got to sort yourself out. Okay? Right, moving over. Seriously, what happened? That's got nothing to do with us. You couldn't stage that better, could you? Has anybody got the Ghostbusters music? Who are you going to call? Right, okay, I'm over here. Your name is Jane. Right, so I've got these brown pickled onions and this cucumber and onion in vinegar. So I'm getting confused now. So what both of you? The cucumber and pickled onions. Both. Okay. Does anybody else remember cucumber and pickled onions? There you go. So we're not. We did have that, kids, didn't we? Chop it up and leave it in the fridge. Right, Jane, have you got something for me to hold? Let's have a talk to you. Are you Jane with a Y? Okay. They just mentioned it. So I want to talk to the lady over your left shoulder who's on Mum's side of the family. Okay. So do you remember Mum's mum? Okay. Is she all right? Can I talk to her? Okay. No, so I have to ask because some people go, I don't want to talk to her. I've had that app this week. I don't want to talk to her. Send her away. Okay. She's turned up and she's absolutely lovely. Okay. But she's talking about somebody having heart issues. So when Nan passed, did she have like a heart attack or a stroke? Or is there somebody up there with her that had a heart attack or a stroke? You need to listen to this as well because I don't know whether we're getting crossed over. Are you with me? Because you linked by the pickled thing. So I need you to pay attention, both of you. Okay. So coming back to your Nan. Okay. Also, don't laugh. Who had a budgerigar? I need to put these two. Are you two related? Not like that. Not like that. It's alright, I'm saying pickled onions, they both go, yeah. Okay. Talking about the heart, yeah. What about the budgerigar? Yeah. There's both of them, I'm trying to separate who I'm talking to. Okay, so this budgerigar. They get like this. Okay. So, Nan's following you round. She's talking about you needing to go on holiday this year. So have you already booked somewhere? She's talking about going abroad this year. Have you already booked somewhere? No. There's another one. In the next 12 to 18 months, there's another one she's talking about. Okay, well that's what she's talking about. So she's saying, when you go, she'll be going with you. And there's also something to do, not with a cruise, but a ferry. So I want you to, I can hear the song as well, don't make me laugh. The song, who sang Ferry Across the Mersey? That's Jerry and the Pacemakers, isn't it? Somebody needs to remember that for later, because I've got somebody singing the Pacemakers, yeah? Ferry across the, my singing's diabolical. Ferry across the Mersey, okay. You can sing it to me, it's that lady, it's you, with the tissue. Okay, so when you need help, you need to speak to Nan, okay? But I also want to go, do you remember your dad's dad? Even though you don't remember him, he wants to be acknowledged as well. He's turned up. Do you know, even though you don't remember him, was he in the services? Okay, I just want you to put that down. He wants to be acknowledged. When you need some help, you need to speak to Nan, okay? And they're talking something about, don't know. When's the last time you had a new map? Sorry, it was a bit discreet then. If you hear me whatever, it's because they might say something personal or something swearing. Okay, do you remember that programme, what they used to call it with Lilo?
Red.
Right, listen. You're not meant to be listening. That's not you. Have you just had one? Okay, listen, the new one. Nan's talking about turning it over. Turn it over. Well, not many people do that, do they? All I can see, I'm talking to her now going, do you know what you're talking about? Do you know what you're talking about? And she's going, well, turn it over. Tell us to turn it over. Okay, right, Flower, I need to move over here. We were on something else, weren't we? Apart from the pickles. Oh my God. Something to hold. Look, I've got the old handbag on a key ring here. Something to hold. Right, so they were talking about the pickles. They were talking about, what was the other two things you were agreeing with? Oh no, it's the heart. That's what I need to go back to. Sorry girls, because all you're lot together, are you with me? We're all at the table like that and it's making me a bit dizzy, to be honest. Right, the heart thing. So who's up there that had the heart condition? So I feel like I had a stroke or I might have had heart attack. Yeah, I'll come to you. Do you understand who that is? Yeah, that's what I want. I want you to, because that person wants to be acknowledged. Do you understand? So she's bloodline, she's close to you, you understand who she is? Okay. Not Nan. Okay, well just, that's what we have to work out she is, so put Nan down. I don't want to be talking to somebody. You know, if I give somebody a message, I need to know that they belong to you and who they are. So as long as she's Nan and you know that she's there. She's also laughing and joking about who used to do the bingo, who goes to bingo. Or has somebody stopped going to the bingo? Oh, she misses the bingo. She's gone, can you not go to the bingo so I can come with you? Okay? So she wants you to go to the bingo. So I don't know whether you used to go with Nan, but she's up there in spirit saying, I missed the bingo, can you go to the bingo? Okay? She's giving you an incentive and saying, if you go to the bingo, you're likely to win something, but if you stay at home, you're not going to win anything, are you? You know the saying that says, you've got to be in it to win it, and your Nan's going, if you go, I'll go with you. Seriously, you'll be able to win something. And she's talking about, it might be £80 to £100. Are you with me? She's saying, but it's enough to have a nice day out with the kids or something like that. So you're not going to be rich, but she wants you to go because she misses it, and she's saying it'll be worth you going. Are you with me? Didn't Nan used to say she had a special number she liked? I want you to put down there's an 88 and a 66. They're all the double numbers. Please, if something happens you win anything, I want you to text me and go, I went to the bingo and I won 120 quid on number 66. Okay, which one of the children really likes, so they show me a tin of baked beans. So you know if you say to them, what do you want to eat? I'll have beans. What do you want with that? I'll have beans. And she's just laughing and she's talking about beans. I've got a tin of baked beans, okay? Do you understand what she's saying? Okay, just what? Oh, sorry. Oh, is it? Okay. You need to listen like this because, as I say, on your table, it's all getting crossed over. So, will you do me a favour so that Nan can relax? Please take Nan to the bingo so you can win some money. Okay? And she's also talking about Torquay. Did she used to go to Torquay? If not, I want you to write it down because you need to go. What area is Torquay in? Is it Devon, Torquay? Don't pull a face like that, you might enjoy it. Come on, Nan said you might enjoy it. She's saying, listen, you need to try more different things and you need to make a bit of an effort to get out. Would you understand that, Emma? Are you all listening? Because she's pulling her face and her grandmother's looking down going, really, you need to go out. And she's sitting here going, Nan's up there and she's more lively than you are. That's what she just said. She's gonna want to go out. Take me to Torquay and take me to bingo, okay? Because that will really help. Can you do that? They're all up for it now. Let's all go. Right, my love. I need to hold something belonging to you. And your name is? I should know yours. I need to understand now this. You need to write down about this baked beans because you know these three ladies are sat in a row and all the messages are going between the three of them. Okay, so, as soon as you've handed me that over, it's like they've all gone whoosh. I'm like, hold on a minute, form an orderly queue, okay? So, want to go to the gentleman behind your right shoulder, part of the bloodline, okay? Dad's already up there, yes? So I want to put down Dad first, Dad to come first. So when we're talking about the child, grandson with the baked beans, Dad's saying, I'm watching over him. I like to follow him around to make sure he's alright, okay? Swimming. Does he go swimming? No. Wants. You need to write it down. I mentioned the swimming. What do you mean he wants to? And nobody wants. Okay. Swimming. Your dad's brought up the swimming. So if he's mentioned it, somebody will have to, I don't know, make a rally round and take him. Yeah? Because Grandad, yeah? About swimming. And that's what he's saying. So we should do that. Apart from his baked beans, he needs to go swimming. Bless him. The lady over your left shoulder as well. Mum's side of the family, but do you remember your grandmother? Mum's mum? I want you to write her down, even though you didn't know her. Have you seen a black and white photograph of her? Can you find one? Has anybody got? It'd be hard. Will you try? I'll tell you why. She's turned up and she's listening to what you're saying, by the way. Whenever I give you messages, they're listening to what you're saying. That's why I get you to acknowledge yes or no. She's saying, there's a spiritual thing that comes down your female family line where people have the ability to dream things like premonitions. Have you been able to do that? Have you kept that? Is it okay? But you need to put down daughter. You need to know that, and the grandmother's explaining that because it's in the family line, and you need to be able to support her because she might find it sometimes a little bit like might make her a bit anxious, or she doesn't really like it. And so grandmother's turned up. Look at my arm. Grandmother's turned up to say, tell her it's nothing to worry about. It is in the family line, and this might apply to some of the rest of you as well. We have people in our family sometimes that know when something's going to happen. So somebody will just ring you up and go, oh, I think such and such is having a baby, or I think such and such isn't very well. Are you with me? And you should check up on somebody. So because grandmother knows that your daughter's a bit anxious about it, she's turned up tonight and said you need to reassure her that it's okay. It is there, and she doesn't want her to panic. Are you with me? What she does need to do is when she needs some guidance and help, ask them for a sign and they can get the information in the dream. Because at the moment what's happening is she's anxious because she can't control it. It happens, you know, like when she's not expecting it and she hasn't asked for it. What grandmother's saying is if you can speak to her and say she can ask for advice, she could start to use it, are you with me, and it'll help her, okay? They're talking about, did she do some sort of studying and then she stopped doing studying? There's some studying relevant. Is she still studying? There's more studying. There's more studying. Just ask her, okay? And see what she said. So she might have in her mind just been thinking about doing more studying. So you need to check with her, okay? But grandmother's saying, please talk to her about this thing because she doesn't want her to be distressed about it. Is that okay? So you need to pass that on. And swimming. He needs to go swimming. All these orders, don't you? Get people's spirit going, do this and do that. Right. Right, I'm coming up there and you need to start singing. What's it? Jerry and the Place. Bring.
That's it, that's the one.
Hay fever, I tell you. Right, I'm back. I like that song actually. But my singing is terrible. You can ask my daughter, she's probably hiding somewhere and go, please don't let mum sing. Right, have you got something for me to hold? And I need your name as well. Ah, because you were coming with Claire. That's right, isn't it? Yes. What a lovely name. So, do you recognise this gentleman up there that's singing that? Okay, so is that Dad? Thought so. He's lovely, he doesn't feel like a granddad. And do you know what? He's really quite young at heart. Are you with me? So he might have like been a bit social or whatever, but he's really like upbeat. Are you with me? When they go over to, pardon? Sometimes, he is at the moment. Okay? When they go over to spirit, and this is the same for all of your loved ones, okay? Just so you're all aware, their physical body goes, so all the pain and suffering has gone. But they have all of their memory and all of their personality. And remember, they don't have anything to worry about anymore, so they're not worried about work, they're not worried about mortgages, they're not worried about anything. So they're in an ideal position, and that's why he's in a good mood. You me? He's up there and he's singing because he's like, oh, I've got nothing else to do up here apart from watch over people and check up on what's going on. Okay? He's absolutely lovely. He wants you to know that he's there, that he's at peace, and he feels fantastic. So I don't know whether he's really poorly before he passed, but he's saying, I feel fine now. Okay, that's what he's saying, I feel fine now. They're talking about somebody who's diabetic in the family.
We've got you a diabetic.
Up there or down here, somebody that's diabetic. Have you got something to scribble some stuff out?
The lady
Oh, that's good, thank you. And also, I've got a nan up here as well, and she showed me, you know, the egg custard tarts. Are they your favourite?
Yeah.
She's just give me a box of 4, okay? They're nice ones as well. You know, if you get them from Marks and Spencer's or something like that, she don't want them cheap, horrible ones. She's gone, I don't want them cheap, horrible ones. I want the ones with like the brown stuff on top. What's it? Is it nutmeg?
Yeah.
She's just going, if you're going to buy me custard tarts, make sure they're good ones. So Nan, is that her mum? You know, sorry, she said, I can't believe you just said that. When I hear them in my head, your loved ones, it's like telepathy, and I hear what they're saying with me. So if there was a phrase, that's why I'm down there with Tony. You know, if they say a few naughty words, well, that's their personality. And I don't want to take from their purse on. And that's what she's just said. She's gone, I don't want them rubbish cheap custard tarts. I want the best if you're going to get them. Okay, so Marks and Spencer's, you need to get her a box of them. Okay. I want to talk about as well, Dad, this will be your dad. Dad, your dad. That's your granddad. Dad. Sorry, I'm talking. What's your name?
Margaret.
Margaret. Okay. I mentioned Margaret earlier, didn't I? Somebody didn't know who it was. That would be this lady. Yeah.
Thought that.
He was right. No, he's just saying. You know when he's turned up, he's gone. Didn't know who that was earlier, did you? And he's like adding it all up. He was mentioning you by name earlier when he was talking. Okay. They want to talk about. That's really funny. The old-fashioned coal holes. Did you have a coal hole at the back of the yard? We don't have them anymore. We're going back a while, aren't we? I don't know. We're going to the 1930s. I don't know. I'm going back a long time.
Well, that was the 1960s. I'd just been born, and then it's still got
The coal hole. Yeah, and he's talking about the coal hole, and he's laughing and joking about it. Okay. I want to also go to Margaret. I'm talking to Margaret, so you might not remember this because we're going down memory lane now. Okay. Somebody that would have been in the forces, maybe the army, and they did boxing. Boxing in the army. I've got like a black and white picture, and I'm boxing, but I would have done it while I'm in the army. You and me. It's not this fancy stuff like we see all these fights now that you know that we all stay up late to watch. Somebody in the army. Was that an uncle of yours or a brother?
That was your dad's.
Was it Dad's brother?
It's Dad's family. It's Dad's
Okay, as long as you understand, because that gentleman wants to be acknowledged as well. And I can just see him in a black and white picture, and he's got his boxing shorts on, and he's saying, I was in the services, and we used to do boxing. He's saying, because we used to do it for morale. Okay, so it was like friendly stuff, what they did between themselves. Okay? Oh, that's lovely. Sorry, he's really musical. Can you see my arms here? Look, it's going mad. The Vera Lynn song. Yeah. We'll meet again, don't know when, don't know when. And when that's come, look, I'm like, oh, that's so lovely. Okay.
Sing that, don't we, Mum?
Yeah. Well, I don't know that you sing that, but you know you can feel it, and I'm like, oh, please don't make me try and sing again. Your singing's much better. But they've turned up Margaret, and they're really, really close. They spend ever such a lot of time around you. Okay. Making sure you're all right. So you've got company. Okay. And I've got somebody else showing me what looks like a beautiful Chesterfield clock. That's the clock, it's wooden like that. Do you understand? They're Westminster chimers. So on a mantelpiece I can see it, it's beautiful, it's like that, like an arch, and it's polished. And it would go off every hour and half hour. Okay? Do you understand what they're talking about as well, Norman? You haven't still got the clock, have you? But you do know what they're talking about. Because all of these are nostalgic memory links, and they want you to have them because they're really emotional, and they're really, all this music as well, it's very touching. So have you never brought Mum something like this before? That's why, for all of you that are listening, you know when somebody turns up, bless her, how old are you, Margaret?
86.
There you go. Did you do it? You don't want me saying, do you? Margaret's 86, so when you connected, are you with me? That's why we've got all these things, and it's so emotional, and they're talking about things because they want you to know without a doubt that's them. Are you with me? So they're so, tell her about this and tell her about that and remember about this. Okay? And there's also somebody, is there a William? A Bill? Do you remember who that is?
It's not in spirit. It's as far as we know.
Who's what, sorry?
It's not in spirit.
It's not in spirit. But you know somebody down here? Because they've mentioned a Bill. Okay? So I don't know whether he needs... It's the great uncle one, the great uncle Bill that you need to mention, okay? And then somebody up there, a lady who really loved her flowers, who showed me little snowdrops. Do you know who that is?
She mother.
She said, because I've just said, oh, I'm going to move on now, and she's gone, not before you tell her about the snowdrops, because they're so delicate, aren't they? And I don't even know, when do you say snowdrops? I don't know, it's not. Is it a spring? February.
They're the first flowers that bloom, and Mum always goes, I've got snowdrops.
Oh, there you go then. So that's your mum. She wants you to remember. She said, when you see the snowdrops, remember me. and then I can see the beautiful little, you know, the forget-me-nots that are really delicate. And that's what she's just said.
No way, no way, no way.
Do you understand?
You cannot have said that. Seriously.
You need to explain to everybody. Are you all listening? I've gone on about my snowdrops and then I've gone about my forget-me-nots. Do you understand what you're talking about?
Honestly, this is going to blow you away now. Right, I've picked up Mum tonight. I live in Great Barn, Mum lives in Oxford, she's quite well. And we pulled up on my drive and I've gone, Mum, what are all these on my grass? Why have I got these purple flowers? And she's gone, you're forgetting them.
Oh, that's so lovely. But Margaret,
No, that's proper
no, but
weird.
listen, they knew, and that's what I'm saying to everybody else, they knew that Margaret was coming. So imagine that somebody might have gone all their life, we're not seeing a psychic and not whatever, and it's like they've all turned up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm glad you know about your forget-me-nots then. Mum and Dad are so close, but you've also got these other family members as well. So what you really need to do, they're saying, tomorrow afternoon, is get the egg custards from Marks and Spencer, sit down, okay, and put a bit of Vera Lynn on, right, and check out your forget-me-nots and it'll be sorted, won't it? All together.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Ours is not to question why. When we get messages from people, sorry my love, when we get messages from people, remember for me, it doesn't make any sense to me, but like they've just said, they came out this evening and we're talking about the forget-me-nots on the grass. I don't know, I'm just listening to what people are saying. Okay, so I've got a gentleman up here. I'm walking back to the middle of the room now because I don't know which way we're going. A George. Who understands George? Is the George somebody up there or down here? George, you can put yours down on your list. Yeah, I need to go here. It's here. No, I'm here. It's not the lottery and it's on. It must be you. Right, George. Oh, are you George?
I'm not George.
You're a Georgina?
No, there's a George.
Oh no, as long as you understand the George, yeah? The George is up there, down here. Okay, but you understand. And I know there's 3 of you here, so you all need to listen. What's your name? Pardon?
Carol.
Okay. You have to forgive me, I'm in a different place at the moment. Right, what do you want me to hold, Carol? You're already ready then. Right, okay, so once they want to mention George, I need to know who's up here, Carol, talking to you, so I'm just finding out what's what up there. Have you got somebody in your family that does caring? Care in the community, nursery nursing, something like that, or in the hospital? That's it, nursery, is that you? Okay, but you know who it is? Okay, because they mentioned that person. So, I've got a gentleman up here, he's over your right shoulder, and he's looking down, and feels really fatherly and protective, okay? Is Dad already up there? Okay, do you remember Mum's dad? That's your granddad? Because I need to know if he's going to talk to me who he is, okay? So he's talking about the person in the family doing nursery nursing, and then we're shouting the George as well that they were talking about. They're also talking about somebody needs to do something and sort out the garden. Sort out the garden? Is it your garden? No, sort out the garden. Something to do with, I don't know, is it the turf or the grass or something needs doing in the garden?
Pond.
Oh, the pond. I don't know what it is, but the garden needs doing. So Granddad's up there and he's going, needs to sort out that garden. Okay, bit dangerous that is.
Yeah, it's a
Have you just dug a hole and left it? I don't know. It's just
like a 20-foot pond.
well, I can hear Granddad saying it's a bit dangerous, that is, you know.
For a 5-year-old, and there was a
Somebody could
20-foot
fall in
pond.
that. Well, that's what I just said. Somebody could fall in that and have an accident. So, can you cover it over? Because you.
Trying to do.
What do you mean you're trying? Granddad's saying you need to cover it over. Okay. ASAP. So, can you make sure you keep on the job and
I've been trying for the last 2 years.
well, maybe now you've heard it first hand from Spirit. It's gone, well, that's just an accident waiting to happen. That's all I can hear. That's just an accident waiting to happen. Bless him. Right, okay. Oh, well, it's changed. It's changed straight away then. It's changed tone. Not just, I'm moving, I did say I'll move around, okay? Just so you understand that. A baby in spirit. You lose a baby. Who lost a baby? Yeah. So the baby in spirit, when we lose babies in spirit, they get connected in with our loved ones up there who look after them. So they just want to let me know, I've got the energy around that person with the girl as well. Okay? So I don't know whether you're aware of that, but that's what they're talking about. So they go up to spirit, they get looked after, so they grow up in spirit. Does that make sense? So being looked after is what I'm being told. okay? And not to, doesn't matter how long goes by, it's still like a memory and a thought away. So they wanted to bring that up and acknowledge it, okay? They're also talking about Tenerife. Have you been to Tenerife?
Mum was saying about it literally 2 days ago.
2 days ago. We're getting good here, aren't we? On the way here, they won't forget me nots one. I've just got Tenerife, don't know. Oh really? Is it not good?
Apparently not good.
Well, you need to put Tenerife down because they're laughing. They're up there and laughing about Tenerife. Have you been?
But Carol's been to Tenerife.
Well, you need to put it down because it's there. They're talking about it.
Oh, okay.
So if somebody offered you a free holiday to Tenerife, no? There needs to be holidays this year, they're saying. Really important to go away, to get a break. And I am going abroad, and I have mentioned Tenerife. Whether you like it or not, sorry. I should be on commission, shouldn't I, with the travel agents?
Going to Tenerife, is it?
Okay, so yeah, they're talking about Tenerife. And then I've also got, if I go back to this granddad that was talking, he was talking about the cut. Well, the cut is the canal. So did he used to walk along the canal? I don't know what was going on about the cuts. You know when they talk about, and like when they're kids they do, this is going back, sticklebacks are going down the cut on the side of the canal, is what I'm hearing. Okay? If you don't understand, then write it down and put a question mark by it. Because I don't know whether, do you understand it, you know?
We used to go to Stickleback, get the sticklebacks and that from the...
You know when you have a jar and they used to go to the canal or the cut, and that's what I can see, they put them tiny little fish in it.
White Lakes.
Oh, it's Whitten Lakes?
Whitten Lakes we used to
Fine.
go.
Sticklebacks in a jam jar?
Yeah.
Fine. As long as you understand it, I'm trying to piece it together here so you understand what they're saying. Okay? Holidays, really important. Before I move on, because I need to fill in some others. And you've seriously got to cover that hole in the garden, is what he's called it. I know you said it was a pond. He said it's a hole in the garden, so you need to get on it and fix it. Is that alright? Pass that back. Linda. Who were you talking to up there before you come? You must have been talking to somebody. Because as I'm here, I'm being pulled over here, so it's like you've been chatting, okay? So, first of all, I want to go to the lady over your left shoulder, okay? Feels really motherly and whatever. Is Mum already up there? Yeah, it's Mum, straight away. So you must have been talking to her before you come, didn't you? Hold on, I'll get my tissue. Oh, so they're all really prepared here. I'm running around with my tissue. Hold on to them for me. I'll have them back. She's asking me to tell you, she's saying she hears every word. Okay? She hears every word. She's saying, you know when she's there and she's going on about a certain smell that you associate with your mum? Okay, so I don't know, look at my arms, I don't know whether is it a certain sort of perfume or... Well, there's a smell, Mum's saying, there's a smell that you understand. She's saying, and when you smell that smell on there, she says, you're not imagining it. She said, but everything you've been asking me, so you must have been asking her for things, everything you've been asking me, she said, I'm hearing all of it. She says, and you'll know when I'm right beside you because I can smell. You need to tell me that because I've been nosy. What do you smell? Christmas cake. Okay, that's good. With Spirit, just so you all know, you'll have smells, okay? Their favourite perfume, their favourite soap, the smell of their cigarettes, the smell of their tobacco. Are you with me? It's really personal to your particular loved one. So I'm glad you understand. So when you get that smell, you could be anywhere, like sat in the living room, and there's no kitchen smell, she's saying, and you'll smell it, and you'll know that it's me, okay? I've got to go though, back to, I feel like another grandmother, so do you remember Mum's mum? And all I've got in my mind when I'm talking, okay, and sensing her, is you know the old-fashioned record players are putting the records on. So when you were younger, did you go round to Nan's and she'd say, go and put that on? Because all I can see are the, you know the LPs, the vinyls, do you know what she's talking about? So like, I don't know whether you used to go, but your Nan's turned up and she's gone, tell her about the music, tell her about the LPs, you know, like we used to put on, you have to, it's not automatic, is it? You have to put it on, and that's what she's talking about. So they're both turned up tonight and they're saying, we're there all the time, honestly, we haven't left you, okay? And they've also mentioned a Betty, a Bet. If you don't know who she is, I'm going to take her somewhere else, but Mum's there, the smell's right, she's listening to everything, and Nan's right with her, okay? So songs you would have remembered from Nan with the LP player, that's how you'll know. She says, we haven't deserted you. Times when you think that you know, it's difficult, she said, we're right there and we haven't left. This sounds really bizarre and you all have to listen to this. Honestly, they're going a bit mad now. Did they really like lamb chops? Sorry, you know, she's talking about smells and she's talking about Christmas tree. And I'm thinking to myself, I'll tell you, I don't drink alcohol. And I can just smell lamb chops. Is that Mum or Nan or both of them? Okay. I've got lamb chops, mint sauce, all that stuff. Okay. Even when, you know, people have lamb chops and afterwards they pick up the bone. Is that your Nan? You'd only do that in your own house, wouldn't you? I'm just going to pick this bone up. They're there. They haven't left. Because I wouldn't be able to make that up. Would I? Got lamb chops. Sorry. Right, I'm coming right the way here so I can stand at the back so you can all listen. Okay, I've got a Betty. You're going to have to write her down because I'm giving you 2 messages. Somebody else has got a Betty. You've had a message. Who hasn't had a message? Because Betty's going bananas. Oh, you know Betty? And Sisters in Spirit. Okay. I'll come to you in a minute, so I'll just do this. What's your name, sorry? Kate. Can I have something to hold, Kate? I'm going to be going, are you ready? Fast now, because they're all doing this and I'm like, I'm doing as much as I can. While I'm being distracted by falling into ponds and lamb chops. So, Betty's up there, yes? Whew. So she spends a lot of time around. Betty's talking, do you understand, about the person that's got like asthma? I've got really bad breathing and something like asthma. Do you understand what she's talking about? Do you understand that, Sue? You need to listen because the both of you are both under here. Okay? I know, that's what I want you to write down. There's somebody, can you write it for her? They're talking about the asthma, okay? They're also talking about you at the moment being quite stressed, okay? And quite anxious is what they're aware of. So sometimes when we're stressed and anxious, we have like an anxiety thing. And they want you to know. Okay, and I've got grandmother as well. I've got Betty. I've also got a gentleman over here as well that watches over you. It feels like Dad actually. Dad's up there, yes? Yes? No? Okay. I just need you to acknowledge him. So he's there and they're saying, you're not on your own. We are there. They know what's going on and they're trying to help calm things down. Okay? That's what they want to do. So they're saying they haven't missed anything. They want you to make sure that they're there. And they've also talked about who's the person that would have had whatever you had wrong, they would have used Vic. You know when somebody says, I don't know what that is, but you can put Vic on your chest. I can hear somebody talking to you, Kate. They're going, it's past, and they're going, oh, you know what you want to do with that? Put some Vic on your chest. Rub some vapor rub on that. That'll be fine. I can see the little old-fashioned pot of Vic. And they're showing it to me. Okay? They're saying things will start to calm down, but up here they're saying they want to give you a little bit more, how can we put that? A little bit more sunshine, because I can see sunflowers and lots of yellow flowers, and even the gentleman up here giving you yellow roses. And when we get given yellow roses, they're for sunshine and upliftment. And they just popped in quickly to say, before you go, make sure you tell her we know what's going on and we're around her, and they're trying to calm things down for you. Okay? Talk to them in your mind. It's really important that you talk to them. Oh, right. Oh, do you? So you know it's, yeah, whatever you need. I can imagine you now thinking, a bit anxious, thinking, where's the Vic? Where's the Vic? And somebody that used to drink Guinness in a bottle. Do you understand that? Guinness in a bottle, and do you remember when they used to have Davenports and things were delivered in crates? Who in your... I want you to write that down. Do you understand that as well?
I know what it is, but no.
I do.
Who used to have?
I do.
Good, okay. Somebody needs to take this because somebody's delivering Davenports with bottles in. Do you understand? So if you know it, can you just write it down? Because at the moment they're just shouting things at me and I'm trying to make sure they get to the right person. Okay? Let me give that back to you. Talk to them, carry on talking to them because they listen to what you're saying. Sue, I just need to come up here and then we need to finish in a minute. I don't even really need to do that. I don't know what I'm holding that for. Ooh. we've connected in, okay, we've got the dad up here, first of all, has come really forward. There's about 6 of them all together. There's somebody as well that would have been in the Navy. Okay, yeah, he's really like proud of that. You know, he's laughing about Popeye and they put the tattoo on the forearm with the cross on it. Okay, Dad's laughing about that. His energies are really strong at the moment, and he's saying that he's round the this is how he's saying it. He's around the boys in the family at the moment. Okay, he's saying he's very proud. When he looks down, he's very proud of how they're doing. So he's talking about not just son. He's talking about the younger generation of boys in your family, and he's saying he's really proud, very. And all the heirs are standing up here. Are you with me? So they're all doing really well. And your dad Bean, he's calling himself, you know, like an ex-serviceman, and I'm in the Navy, and blah blah blah. He's really proud. So like when he comes forward and says he's proud, are you with me? You know that it's meant very sincerely. It's not like oh yeah, you done well, lad. It's really like, I made the effort to turn up tonight to say that. And it wouldn't have been a gushy, tactile man. So the fact he's turned up and made a special effort, he's saying it's a big deal. Okay? They're talking about connections going back to old Aston. Does somebody work in Aston or live in Aston? I'm talking about where we've got Ansell's. You can write that down as well. You know how I said they cross over? Ansell's, and when we used to have the HP sauce factory. Okay, that's what they're talking about. Yeah, you need to write that down because that's quite important. And back-to-back houses and something going off Park Lane, Aston. Sorry, can you hear that there? I've just said that at Kate's gone, they lived in Park Lane, Aston. I've just gone Aston and this and that. As long as you understand what they're talking about. They seem to be on one at the moment. Yeah. They're sort of taking me, you know, and you can remember going back to Aston and seeing the HP sauce factory in Ansell. So that's where they're going back to. As long as Kate understands it as well, that's important. Okay? Right, we are coming. Honestly, I don't know what to do with them all up here. They don't want to go home tonight, I can tell you that. Okay, so make sure you pass on all the well done to the boys in the family. Okay, I don't know why you ain't mentioned the girls. The boys in the family must have been doing a lot at the moment. Passing a lot, achieving a lot, or whatever, because that's what your dad wants to talk about. So make sure you pass that on, okay? And he's talking about who's the person that used to like grapefruit. Who used to have grapefruit for the breakfast with a little sprinkle of sugar on it? Don't know. His wife. Yeah. So can you write that down as well so you understand what we're talking about? Let me pass that back to you. I need to say something to you. I don't have no idea. I've just. I need to say something to you. Okay, what's your name? Pardon?
Adrian.
Adrian. I'm like going, yeah. Right. Gentlemen up there in spirit, do you remember one of your granddads that you were closer to? Was that Mum's dad? Did you ever spend time with Mum's dad, your granddad? Okay, he's turned up and he stood behind your shoulder because I was just about to stop and the lights have started flickering now. Okay, he's quite a strong man and he's saying that that you need to know that he's around and there's something more to life. Are you a non-believer? No, you're a bit sceptical, so I've just said to Grandad, what's going on here? What are you trying to get me to say? Open-minded, okay. He's turned up to say he's the person that watches over you like a guardian, okay? And as I've stood here, you must have seen, oh, I've seen it, the lights flicker then, so he's actually there. They're talking as well, are you thinking of changing your car? I want you to wait and see. I want you to wait and see. Readings go for 12, 18, 2 years, but I want shorter than that. But there's a car change coming up. He's quite interested in that. He thinks it's quite interesting. Okay? And who's the person around you that suffers with their knees? Is that you? Somebody around you, they're talking about suffers with their knees. Do any of you know who that is that we're talking about? I've got like arthritis or something in my knees. It feels like it's a lady in your family. No? You don't understand? Will you write it down? I don't want to leave it with that there, okay? No, my knees hurt, I'm an elderly lady, so if we go up here to spirits, people up here, did anybody up there suffer with rheumatoid arthritis or something like that. So we'd be going into a grandmother. No? Not sure? Okay. If you don't understand, I'm going to leave it there. And I just felt it pushing me towards you. Are you with me? To say something. So as long as you know he's turned up, he's mentioned about the car, and then just wait and see. No, have a talk about it and see if you understand it. You can speak to me afterwards, that's fine. But then this lady's going on about her knees, so I feel like I've got aching in the bones in my body. That's normally like arthritis or something like that. So you can have a whatever and let me know in a bit, okay? Right, walk back down here now. Did my sound suddenly go funny then? I thought it did, didn't it? I went up there, my lights flickered and the sound went funny. Right, okay, we're going to have to come to a close, okay? Those of you that have had messages, I'm sure you're happy with the messages. Those of you that haven't, I don't want you to think that your loved ones in spirit haven't turned up, okay? Because they're always with us, walking around with us, okay? It's just that simply we can't get round everybody on an evening. So what I want you to do, just before we finish, is I want you to close your eyes like we did earlier. And that's whether you received a message or not, if we all close our eyes, because Spirit, your loved ones, have made a big effort to come this evening, whether they've given their message or not. So I want you to do what we did earlier and visualise your loved ones in spirit. So you can see their faces. You can hear the songs they're singing, the words they've given you this evening, the smells and the sounds. And I want you to thank them for coming. Send them your love. And then imagine that beautiful bridge of light that we saw earlier. And I want you to say goodbye to them and see them on the bridge of light. They'll only be there on the bridge of light temporarily. When you leave here this evening, they'll be going home with you. Okay? So just take a minute and visualise them, send them your love. Anything you want to say, like messages, you can do it in your mind by thought. That's how we've been communicating this evening. And then I want to thank all my guys and the angels for being here with us this evening, because it's not possible without them. All the humour and the songs and things they brought have been really beautiful, and I'm very blessed and honoured to be able to share that with you. So thank you for all coming this evening. I hope you all have a safe journey home. Before we leave, we're going to do the raffle. So I'm going to turn this off now, because Darren can turn the camera off at least. Bye! Right, do you want to all get your raffle tickets out so we can have see who's won what, and everything shall be going to John Taylor Hospice, which is in Erdington, which is where people go when they've got terminal cancer, so I'm sure most of you would be aware of that.